Okay, you can continue now.
Okay, so everyone is able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, it's available.
Perfect. So,
Yeah.
class, I want your interaction. Let's make this session very interactive, okay? And we'll make this learning very joyful, not like a teacher is teaching in a class and no one is speaking anything. Okay. So, anyone knows what Terraform is? I don't hear anything.
Tabashum, Tabashum, Bharadwaj Sharma.
Okay, Bharadwaj said no.
No, I think all on YouTube.
Terraform is used for infrastructure as a code to configure the services, I mean the infrastructure through automation.
And that's perfect, Sarath. Okay. So, like first of all, what before we go into depth of what is Terraform, let's start with why do we need a tool to create infrastructure? As Sarath said, like it's used to create the infrastructure and configure it. So why do we need this tool? So you guys will be either working with Azure or you have learned Azure or any other cloud, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. So, in cloud computing, we generally used to create resources. Now, those resources, whenever we create, we either, we are either the administrator of those resources, like it has been created by some team, and we are administrating it, like fixing it or patching the virtual machines, or catering some request. But when it comes to create all of the resource at once, like you are the team who is creating the complete infrastructure or complete landing zone or whatever it is, then you have to do it by some way, right? So it could be it could be done manually, like you go to Azure portal, you create the virtual machine or any resources which is required manually. Okay. Now, if it is a one single virtual machine creation or like two VM creation, three VM creation, it can be managed manually, right? But what if I tell you for an application, there are 100 VMs, 100 virtual machine that needs to be created. Will you be able to manage it by yourself manually? Will it be possible? Tell me.
No. No.
Okay. So, to cater such kind of request, we use Terraform. Now, suppose if you create those 100 machines manually, okay, you brought in the effort, you worked for whole weekend and like 18-20 hours per day, and you catered to deploy all those 100 VMs manually. So what if I tell you after you have deployed, like, hey, Sarath, could you please come and change the size of the virtual machine? All 100 virtual machine. It would be a disaster for you, right? You worked for so many time, and like now I'm asking you to change the size of the virtual machine for each machine. At least it will take if changing a size for a virtual machine is taking 5 minutes for one VM, for 100 VMs it will take 500 minutes. So 500 minutes will roughly count to like
8 or 9
approximately,
hours. 8 to 9 hours.
yeah, 8 to 9 hours roughly. Now, 9 hour continuous in a day you cannot work. So you will take 2 days just to resize a VM. That would not be acceptable for a organization because the business will be impacted, right? Suppose I am running some business on Azure, and like if it will take 9 hours to just resize a VM, it doesn't make sense, right? Why I am even on cloud? Uh, because cloud is fast, cloud and it's adaptive, everything, but it's taking a lot of time. So to overcome these challenges, uh, there should be some tool which can do these things. So uh, every cloud created their cloud native solution. Like Azure created ARM templates, They have a new solution as well in these days called Bicep. So Azure have Bicep and ARM templates. Then AWS is Cloud Formation. GCP has their own CLI tool to do these things. But then there is an organization called HashiCorp. HashiCorp created a solution, and that solution is known as Terraform. That Terraform can do this thing in all of the cloud, whether it's AWS, whether it's GCP, whether it's Azure, whether it's Oracle Cloud, or whether it's your personal cloud. Okay, Terraform can cater the changes. So you understood, right? What is Terraform?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I was saying, like, suppose I'm running an application and it requires 100 of VMs, and you know, I cannot afford like 9 hours to resize it only. Okay. Now, I'll give you a real life example where this example actually suits. So every one of us does shopping from Flipkart.com, right? Or either like at least once in life we might have browsed through Flipkart.com, right? It's a very famous website in India.
Yeah.
So Flipkart uses Azure infrastructure, okay, for to host. Now suppose the big billion day sale is going on. Everyone knows big billion. What is a billion day sales, right? So during big billion day sale, suppose you know the app is crashing because too many people have logged in simultaneously to view the products and all. So what Flipkart will do, they cannot afford to wait for 9 hours just to resize their virtual machine. And obviously they might not be having 100 VMs, they might be having thousands of VMs, because 140 crore Indians are shopping at the same time. And like uh, during like past few years, we can see like people from other countries are also shopping on Flipkart. They are getting it delivered in India, and when they came to India, they used to take the product with them. So this now think about resizing thousands of Flipkart's VM. Okay, it is not possible to do it manually. That's why we use in there is a term you will see everywhere, IAC. IAC stands for infrastructure as a code. So we again, I told you, like, we have multiple tools to do it, like ARM templates, we have Bicep, we have Cloud Formation for AWS, then we have Terraform. Now, why Terraform is getting widely used overall? uh, because it is platform independent. Okay, it is not stuck to one platform, like it will work for AWS only, it won't work for Azure. It will work for all of them. Then it has a state file, okay, that neither ARM template have nor Bicep have. They have other way to manage those things, but there is a state file. I know this term state file is confusing right now, but trust me, by the end of this complete um, course, you would be master with the state files. What is the state file? Okay, and why it is used and why it is very important. Okay, so Terraform has a state file which Terraform maintains, and we can manage it. Okay, so I hope Terraform is clear. Any question, anyone?
Virat, actually, as you explained that the Terraform we use as a infrastructure code, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, what if the developer can also, how we can manage that the thing? Suppose developer work on some project like to develop some applications under that. So how we can integrate with that?
Okay, I'll tell you. That's a very great question, Rajat, and I'm glad you asked it. So, how that thing works is, you write the code. How actual enterprise works is, first of all, you get the requirement. Okay, you get the requirement from any organization. Like, hey, I want to do this. Then you create a solution for them, and with that solution, you create the Terraform code to cater the infrastructure. Okay, once my Terraform code is ready, I will create a CI/CD pipeline. Okay, in that CI/CD pipeline, there will be different stages. In one of the stage, I will be deploying my infrastructure. In the other stage, I will be deploying the application code to that infrastructure using the CI/CD pipeline. So that's how you manage the application. Am I able to answer your question, Rajat?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, we'll be deep diving into these things. Don't worry, and it will be very clear, like how these things work. Okay. So with Terraform, you create the infrastructure completely. Yeah, there are certain possibilities within Terraform only. Like when you are creating a virtual machine, you can use a few of the scripts to modify that virtual machine according to you. Okay, but yes, again, Terraform mostly it is used to deploy the infrastructure. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Virat, I have one question. So,
Mhm.
so when we say like Terraform as an IAC, we manage this only for the infrastructure. Then how can we integrate this with DevOps?
Okay. See, once you write the Terraform code, okay, so Terraform code, it will not be a like 4 line, 5 line code. Okay, and Terraform code will become complex as your infrastructure grows. Okay, so suppose if you have a 1000 VM kind of infrastructure, then the code will be very complex. Okay, now you will write that code somewhere, and you will integrate it with your DevOps using the CI/CD pipelines. You will put these codes in a repository, and this repository, the CI/CD pipeline will check out your repository, and it will deploy your code. Okay. Now, once the deployment started, it will deploy to Azure VM. I'll show you how the deployment works. So today only I will show you. But today we are not going into CI/CD concept, where we will be mostly working with Terraform only, and I will show you how you can deploy using Terraform. We will be creating the CI/CD templates going further in this course. That's a part of this course only. That's okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. So this is what I already explained. What is infrastructure as a code? So like the traditional way was a click through Azure portal, and you write the custom script. You can write the Bash or PowerShell script. Okay, then like uh, recreating the same environment. Yes, so this no repeatability, this one line, it's a very important thing. Now suppose you created the 100 VMs infrastructure manually by yourself. You did a very great job. Now, what if I ask you, like, there is one more environment and you have to create it? So, generally, for any enterprise, there are 4 5 environments like dev, test, integration, pre production, production, this kind of environments. Few enterprises are having 8 9 environments as well. Okay, stress testing, volume testing, lot of environments they have. Then, how you will create? Like in that case, like if it is a 5 environment infrastructure, then the 100 VM will become 500 VMs. Okay, and you have to be very sure, like the same thing that you are deploying in pre-production, it will be deployed in production as well. There should be no changes, like even small changes in VM deployment is not acceptable. So that is something this line holds. Like if we are doing it manual way, we'll make a lot of mistakes, and it happens. Let me show you. uh, Let me go to Azure portal. Okay. Suppose this is my Azure portal. So everyone is familiar with this Azure portal. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Okay. I'll go to virtual machines. Okay. And suppose I try to create one virtual machine. Okay. Now, you see, there are a lot of things which I have to give manually. Now, it's thing like have to create a new resource group. Let me create a new resource group. Okay, and then VM name I have to give. Now these creating manually or using PowerShell or anything, it takes a lot of effort. See, VM name, we cannot keep it like generic. I cannot keep it like Virat VM or some random name. Okay, it should follow a naming convention. Okay, and that's a very important thing in when you work with an enterprise thing. Okay, you cannot just put the name as test VM1, test VM2. No, this doesn't work. Okay, so naming, if you go to Google and if you try to search Azure recommended naming conventions. Okay, so see, there is a Microsoft page which says what should be your naming convention. Okay, define your naming convention, and many organizations follow this Microsoft best practice. Many follow their own naming convention, but there should be a naming convention. Okay, you cannot deploy anything without a naming convention. So if you see any of the resource, any of the Microsoft resource, like Azure AI Search or Azure Data Factory, it has their own naming convention. Okay, then there will be few resources like storage account. It doesn't allow a dash in between, so you cannot put a dash in between. Okay, uh, and like every naming convention has their limitations. Like this storage account, you cannot go beyond 24 characters. That's a limit which Azure has set. So we have to follow this. Now see, virtual machine, how the naming convention is followed. So you put the VM first, the resource name first. Okay, and the like workload, application or project type, you can put it over there. Like you see the example, they have put SQL or Hadoop or SharePoint. Then the environment, as I said earlier, there could be 3 environments, 5 environments, 7 environments, any number of environments. So they are putting test over there, or you can see prod over there, or here it is dev, and then the number of VMs. Like you can have like suppose 10 VMs or 100 VMs in test, then it will be like 001, 002, 003. So that's how it will define the name. Now you tell me, if you are doing it manually, you did created 60 VM. Okay, and after creation of 60 VM, you forgot the number. Okay, what VM was last created, and the VM is still in creation. How would you create the next VM until unless the 60th VM is created? You lost the count. You getting my point, right?
Yes. So ultimately, guys, if you're planning to create a multiple resources, suppose you have to set up a call center where you're looking for 300 machine, you are looking for 20 databases, you're looking for multiple instances of the website also. The first, it will take too much time. Manageability will be very difficult, and you cannot follow the naming convention. In case you're planning to resize, you're planning to make the changes, you're planning to make changes in configuration, it is very difficult. You have to be, I mean, you'll be busy for entire day, and even maybe entire day will not be sufficient. So if you're planning to do the same thing with the Terraform, it's a very fast, very quickly you guys can deliver. Suppose suppose normally there are two type of standards are available. One standard is by Azure. So Azure will give the some naming convention or standard that you guys can follow. The second case, in some of the cases, you'll get the recommendation or standard from your organization or from the customer also. For example, in my case, whenever I'm creating the machine, I'm following the standard like VM. So VM dash customer name. Suppose customer name is Coca-Cola Hellenic. So CCH. Then project name is DSL. So dash DSL. And that's the environment, maybe production environment. So dash prod 001. So in production environment, suppose if you have 10 machine available, so it will be VM, customer name, project name, environment, dash 001, 002, and so on. So manually, if you're planning to create, it will take too much time. Manageability is not only provisioning. Apart from the provisioning, you have to manage and maintain it. For the maintainability point of view, it is very difficult to manage if you're planning to manage Azure resources manually.
Yes. Thank you, Radhe, for explaining this into deep dive. So, yeah. Any question on this one? So this is basically the part of Azure only. Any question, anyone?
Not from me.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll go ahead. So I was trying to show you the complications that comes like when you are deploying this VM. Uh, okay, so and you see there are a lot of things you have to fill, like availability zone, availability set, and then the size of VM. Now suppose you created a D8 ASV5, and after the creation someone asks you, hey, we don't want a AMD processor, we want a Intel processor, so you have to change it to D8 SV5. Now switching using manually, it will take a lot of time for if you have like more than one computer. Now but switching using Terraform, it will take for writing the code, like changing the code, it will take hardly 5 minutes for all of the 100 VMs or 1000 VMs. Okay, you don't have to do anything. You have to do Control F. You find D8 ASV5. You replace it with D8 SV5 and replace all. That's where the replace is done. You commit the code. Once the code is committed, if it is see, I'm talking on high level. I will explain you everything going further in this session, in the upcoming sessions as well. But yes, once you commit the code and it is a CI enabled, it will start automatically deploying those things. So deployment time, whatever it takes, it will take. Okay, but a human intervention will not be required at that point of time. One person can be doing monitoring in every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, depend on the urgency. That's it. So that's how things using Terraform can be done. Okay. Yeah, we will. I know what I have said in last 20 seconds. It might be very confusing for every one of you. Don't worry. By the end of this course, you will be master with all those things, and you will be doing the same thing. Okay, that's my guarantee. Okay. Now let's go to the slide again. Okay, in the same way, in the from the IAC way, the Terraform, we can like code will define the infrastructure. We'll write the code, and see, writing the code these days we understand AI is available, and we can ask the AI to write it, and they will be able to write the code in 2 minutes. But that's not going to help you. Okay, that will help you once you know everything. Because suppose if it writes your AI writes 1,000 line of code, how would you understand what it has written if you don't know? Okay, and trust me, when AI writes the code, it writes it in like very very high level code, and like it sometimes it writes very awesome code. So understanding those codes and those logic become very difficult for many experienced person as well. So that's why we have to understand what it is. Then we will be able to understand. So if you are using AI, okay, for anything, writing code and all, so don't use AI as a tool. Use AI as your buddy. That will be my like very humble request to every one of you. If you use AI as a tool, AI will start defeating you. If you start using AI as your buddy, AI will let you grow. Okay, understand the difference. Okay, it's not only for Terraform; it's for all of your needs. The day you start using AI as a tool, okay, to help you to do something or to do your work, and that day AI will defeat human. But if you use AI as a buddy, or like AI as an assistant, it will help you to grow. Okay, so don't you ask AI to write a code for virtual machine. Ask AI to let you understand how to write a code for a virtual machine. Okay, that's how it will help. And and the code which has been written in Terraform, it's repeatable and consistent. What does this mean is, I have a dev environment. I created 100 VM for a dev environment. Now the same 100 VM I want to create for the production environment. I can use the same code. There would be few changes, like in the naming convention, dev was mentioned. So instead of dev, I have to write prod. But those will be the only changes that I need to make. Okay. And apart from that, my code is ready to deploy. Okay, so if suppose if I took 2 days to deploy or write the code for 100 VMs in a dev, then for the production I will take another 2 hours maximum to write the code, because I will be copy pasting the same code. I will be making the changes. That's it. My dev code is different. Production code is different. Okay, and for you guys to understand, see one thing, like you wrote the code for the first time. It will take some time to understand, to grasp, to write it. But once the code is written, now you go to any of the project, you can utilize the same code. Okay, you have written a code for virtual machine once. You, like, for your lifetime you will be using the same code. Yes, you will be tweaking that code. Suppose today you write the code, and like 6 months from today you write the code. The code will be different, like the way of writing will be different, but eventually it will be doing the same thing. So yes, it will be getting evolved by you only, and you will be using the same code everywhere, every time. Okay. Yeah. And in every region as well, even if you're in India, US, UK, anywhere, the same code will work. So you have written the code for VM, you take that code, you use the same code. Okay, so that's the beauty of it. And version can. Mhm.
Where I have one more question. So, like, we'll define a framework, right? Like, when we say, like, we are writing a code with using Terraform. We'll
Mhm.
define a framework.
Mhm.
And my question is, like, how frequent do we use this? Let's say, like, infrastructure, when we are building an infrastructure, so we will not be changing daily or weekly or monthly, right? So it will be a set of once, and
Mhm.
probably once in a year, or maybe once in two, or like 2 times or 3 times in a year, will be changing, as you said, like upgrading the missions, upgrading the sizes, upgrading the, like, processes, all these things. So my question is, like, how frequently we use this framework or we use the code?
Okay. Sabit, before I answer your question, do you work with the DevOps team already, or which team do you work with?
No, no, I am a QA.
Okay, QA. Perfect. So I'll tell you, this is not something that you do once in a year, or once in 6 months, or once in 2 years. Okay, and it's not only about virtual machine. Okay, this changes happens very frequently. If you're in a DevOps team, you will understand this changes happens very frequently. Very frequently, like, see, if you are deploying something like from the scratch, like, so suppose you have to deploy a new application. That application doesn't exist anywhere. Okay, and you are deploying a new solution, then the changes will be very frequent. Like, it could be you have to change it twice or thrice in a day. Okay, once it is live in production, okay, like something is live in production, again, there could be new resources, like and there could be a new function app that you might need to deploy. Okay, or a new monitoring metrics that you might need to deploy. Everything related to infrastructure you will deploy using Terraform, not only virtual machine. Okay, even if you want to shut down some VMs, you can do it using Terraform.
So I'll give you an example, guys. Suppose you guys are working as a data engineer. Suppose your total size is 20. In data engineering, total size is team size is 20. So out of these 20, at least one or two member will be working from the Azure engineering services side. So what they will do, they will manage your Azure services. They will manage everything through the automation. And for all these, what they are using Azure DevOps and Terraform. As a developer, what will be your responsibility? Your responsibility will to focus on the code. In fact, in infrastructure as a code means Terraform engineers are also writing the code. But the thing is, they are not writing the code like the developer. They are writing the code for the automation, infrastructure provisioning, management, and for other activities for the CI/CD pipeline. As a developer, it is your responsibility to focus on the code. Once your code is ready, then using the CI/CD pipeline, you guys can build, deploy, or manage your code from one to other environment. So for developer, infrastructure code or DevOps is not only for the admin. DevOps is for the developer, it is for the admin, it is for the data engineer, architect, and for others also. If anyone who is working there, I tested, suppose I'm working as a tester. So just think for a minute, do you have the huge number of opportunity, a good number of opportunity available in market for the testing profile? Answer is no. Similarly, if you ask, whenever a person who is working on DevOps in one of the projects, suppose the total size is team size is 20. Out of 20, there's one or two DevOps members are available. What do you think? They'll be busy all the time. May or may not be. So they are focusing on the monitoring, they are focusing on the Terraform, they are focusing on the DevOps also. As a developer, it is your responsibility to focus to work on the DevOps services for the project management, code management, and deployment other activity also. You have to do it, but you will get the support whenever you're planning to deploy anything. You'll get the support from the DevOps member. So there'll be one SME for the DevOps, and for developers also they're working on it. So in my team, uh, I have around 30 members available. So almost everyone is working, and most of them are the from the data engineering background. So almost everyone is working on the DevOps. Some of them are very expert in Terraform side, but others are not. But if I'm talking about the DevOps, everyone is working.
Yes.
Maybe they're using 2 services, 3 services, 4 services, but people are working.
Hmm. Yeah, I hope that answers your question, Sarath.
Yes.
Okay, I'll show you one more example. Why when we will be using. So suppose this is a portal.azure.com. Now this is also at the back end. Someone has created it, right? The Microsoft core team has created this as a web app only, right? Now, if you see, I just went. This is my Google Chrome, and I just clicked on connection is secure, and I'm checking the certificate. Now, if you see, certificates expires on 16th of August 2026. Okay. Now they have to renew this before 16th of August 2026. Okay. Else, what will happen? This portal.azure.com will be available for anyone to purchase, and anyone can purchase it. And this thing, actually happened once with Google. Someone purchased the Google domain because they forgot to renew it, and it happened just few years ago only. Okay. So now, suppose, see, this is expiring on 16th of August 2026. You come to the same thing around this time, 16th of August 2026. You'll see this is extended. Okay, for next 6 months or 1 year. Okay, it's okay. They are doing for 6 months only. See, it was renewed on 17th February, and it will go till 16th of August. Now, you know, on 16th of August, they might procure how this thing work. This is a totally different topic, and I don't want to go deep dive inside this one. But there is a certificate they have to procure from somewhere, and those that certificate needs to be implemented on the app where this portal.azure.com is hosted. Now that certificate will be kept in some key vault. Okay, and in case of Azure, they might be keeping it in Azure key vault only. Now, putting that certificate in the key vault, that you can use through Terraform. You can do using Terraform. So you procure the certificate. There are organizations that provide the certificate. I think there's an organization called VeriSign, then Venafi. There's a lot of organization that issues the certificate. Now, once they issue the certificate to you, you have to store that certificate somewhere. It should be safe, so that no one steals that. So you can put it in Azure Key Vault. Now, putting that thing in Azure Key Vault, it can happen using Terraform. Okay. So that's how you frequently use Terraform. And also in any of the scenario, like you are using Data Factory, or you are using Azure Data Lake storage, and the storage limit is crossed, or a virtual machine size is almost consumed, then you might need to add additional size, additional disks. So
So
those things happens with the Terraform.
one second. So guys, I'll give the example. Any project maybe is related to software engineering, web-based, mobile, infrastructure side means virtual machine, or data engineering like MS Fabric. Databricks, Data Factory, SQL database, all these will be managed, automated by DevOps with the help of Terraform. So Terraform is backbone of modern cloud infrastructure. While if I'm talking about I mean CI/CD, or if I'm talking about the DevOps services, this is used for the multiple other purpose. Yes, there's a question from Vamsi. Yes, Vamsi Krishna.
Yeah, this is Krishna. I just want to add something. Back in 2018, I worked on Terraform for 1 year. And for those of you who have any doubts, I can honestly tell you it's a very, very powerful tool. It's very great for automation, and it makes, I worked as a ETL developer back then, and it makes everyone's life a lot easier. And I think you'll see by the end of this course, you will see how powerful Terraform is. So I just want to add that.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So
And usually, if you remember, in almost every session, I'm telling everyone to be multi-skill. Why? The reason it will be used, doesn't matter from which background you are, it will be used in your project. And if you're multi-skill, uh, it will help you to survive in IT ecosystem. Nowadays, what's going on? Almost everywhere the layoff is going on. But at the same time, if you check the people who are multi-skill, for them it's easy. And they are valuable assets for the organization. But if you're working on any one skill set, it's a challenging situation.
yeah, I agree with you on this. I totally agree with you. Okay, let me go to the next slide. So we discussed like almost an hour on what is Terraform. Anyone have any question? Like what Terraform is? No. Okay, no one either. I
The
am too
configuration
clear.
language is the HCL, like as mentioned, HashiCorp
Yes,
configuration language only.
yes,
The name is this.
yes. It's a HCL, not the HCL where people work. It's a HashiCorp configuration language. Call it. Okay. And see, if anyone has fear of development or anything, okay, and this development is not too difficult. If you understand this, it's very easy, I'll say. Okay. And for sure, managing 100 VMs manually is more difficult than writing this code. Trust me. Okay. Any other question?
I think we're good.
Okay. So I'll go to this core workflow thing. So this there are a lot of Terraform commands, but these four commands, or at least these three commands, this is something you will be using everywhere. Like starting from today till the end of this course, and till the end of your like career when you retire. Okay, so you will be using if you are working with Terraform. So these three are very important workflow. So I'll give you a glance. We'll talk about these things like in very deep diving in our sessions. But the Terraform init initializes the Terraform. Then Terraform plan does a planning before deployment. So that's one very good thing of Terraform. So suppose if you have to create a virtual machine, you go to Azure portal, you do this, and then you click on review plus create. So when you do a review plus create, it shows you what uh, kind of virtual machine you are creating, what is the size, what is the network, everything over there. Okay, the same kind of stuff Terraform plan does. So when you run a Terraform plan, it will show you what is going to get created, or what is going to get destroyed, or what is going to get changed in your infrastructure. Okay, this will show you. This is the kind of warning as well. Like you see what you are going to do. If you are really sure, then go ahead. If not, then you can cancel here only. Okay, you are not proceeding with the deployment. Okay. So sometimes it happens like we do something and we push the code, then in the plan it shows it's going to destroy something, and that's a very important thing. If it get destroyed, the production will be down. Okay, because we are not using Terraform only to build something from the scratch. We also use Terraform to maintain something which is already in production, which is revenue generating. Okay. So this is something Terraform plan. It's a very good thing. Once you allow it from the plan, then it goes to the apply phase. Now in apply as well, it will show you plan once. Once it shows the plan, it will ask you to write yes, literally yes, yes. Once you write yes and press enter, then it will go ahead and deploy it. In CI/CD, we can automate that, but yes, it asks for like whether you want to go ahead and deploy it or not. Okay, so that's like core workflow of Terraform. And once things are applied and you want to destroy something, you can use Terraform destroy. Trust me, we don't use this much. Okay, Terraform destroy is used very less in the enterprise world. Yes, it is there to destroy the complete infrastructure, but yes, generally it is not used. Okay. Any question on this thing? We'll see a demo today as well with
So
all
one
this.
question. So guys, just think. Anyone, any idea when Terraform destroy will be useful? Normally, it is not used, but in some of the cases, it is used. So anyone, Dipanshu, Bisujit, just think when the destroy will be used. What will be the use case?
Mm,
In case
when
of
we
malware or
when the project will shift from on another tool at that time, like the migration will happen, and suppose we are just for an example, I am using right now Terraform, and apart from that, the company switch to some other tool, right? So once the all over the migration have been done, so we can use that.
in case
Dipanshu,
of any
In case of migration,
security issues coming up, like severe things, or yeah,
uh, so guys, Terraform destroy command. This is whatever you see here, like any plan, apply, destroy the other Terraform command. So this command, especially Terraform destroy command, is very much useful, or it will be only useful whenever you're planning to delete the complete infrastructure. Maybe it's a whenever I'm talking about the infrastructure, means it's an infra-based solution, PaaS-based solution, or something else. Suppose your development, earlier you guys were using 10 different or 5 different environment for the during development, and now it is your project is completed. Now what you are planning to decommission the development environment, or some of the environment you are planning to decommission, or you want to retire. So in that case, using this, what you can do, you can delete your one or all or specific infrastructure resources that were created using the Terraform. So this is mainly used to retire or delete the infrastructure. Maybe it's a data engineering or infrastructure, software development, or any type of infrastructure. Or you can say it is mainly used to clean the infrastructure or delete the infrastructure, destroy the infrastructure.
Yes. So there is one more use case, and it's a very important one. So when you write the code, when you become a DevOps engineer, and when you write the code, then apart from this writing the codes and deploying all those things, the engineering work, there's a lot of governance work that you have to do. Okay, so there will be some security questions. Security people will be asking, hey, what is your plan to destroy this infrastructure in some case? You write a CI/CD pipeline for this as well. So we generally used to write a CI/CD pipeline for Terraform destroy as well and keep it somewhere. Like if something happen and goes beyond control, then Terraform destroy will help. Like the same way Aradhya said, like suppose there are 7 environments and it's incurring a huge cost to customer. Okay, they're using some very costly resources like application gateway or something, and they want to decrease their cost and they want to shut down 2 of the environments. So they will use Terraform destroy over there. Okay.
So yeah, one more point. So if you remember here, we are talking about the 4 commands: init, plan, apply, and destroy. In detail, we discuss about the destroy means it is mainly used to clean up or to delete the infrastructure created. Earlier, it was created by Terraform. But what about the others? Suppose if I'm talking about the init, so this is another command like Terraform init, which will help you to prepare the Terraform working directory. Means you're going to start your initialization or init process. When you run the init, Terraform will download the Azure provided plugins required to interact with the Microsoft Azure APIs. Just you can think like you're going to installing the required tool before the starting the work. And similarly, we have other code available, syntax available, which is called the Terraform plan. So this is mainly used for the preview. So what it is mainly used to show what Terraform is going to do before making any changes. It is just give the preview glimpse. Like, okay, we are going to perform this activity. Just preview, just review it, just like the review. Similarly, if I'm talking about the apply, this is mainly used for the deployments. Like it actually create and update the infrastructure. What is the use? It is mainly used to create or update the infrastructure. Doesn't matter what type of infrastructure you're using. If you have the cloud infrastructure, maybe in Azure, AWS, or somewhere else, you guys can use it. So there are three types. We have total 4 types of major command: init, plan, apply, and destroy. And I'll suggest you guys to memorize it. And it will take 1 day, 2 days, but things will be very easy. And remember,
Yes.
here, if anyone who is not from the development background, suppose you're working as a data engineer, you're working as an admin, you're working as an architect, you're from working as a manager, you also can learn it. It's not a programming language. This is just a scripting platform which is mainly used for the automation and configuration management. And it will be used in most of the cloud project. Yeah, you can continue from here.
Yes. So yeah, apart from these four, we do have a lot of Terraform um, commands. Okay, but the main are these four commands. So apart from this, we have Terraform output, Terraform format, Terraform show, Terraform taint, Terraform import. Lot of commands we have, but like these four are utter important, and everyone should learn it by today itself. Okay, these three commands. It's a very easy: init, plan, apply, and destroy. By name suggests what it does. Okay. I'll quickly go to the next slide. So, and this is something like we already discussed, but I'll go through each pointers once again. Okay, and I'll quickly go through it. So, this automation, it helps us removing the manual efforts and do everything automated. Automated means clean. Okay, anything which is automated, it's clean. Okay, and the only thing will be done which you want, and nothing apart from that will be required. Okay, then second one is also automation does the thing fast. Okay, so something you are doing, it's taking 1 week. With automation, you will be able to do in few hours. Okay, then the version control. Now version control thing, it's again very important. We'll be going with the version control for Terraform, because what happens is Azure changes few things, every time. Like if you today log into Azure portal and you create a virtual machine, whatever you see today, you log in to Azure portal after a month, few things will be changed. Very minor thing, but it will be changed. Now those change can be breaking changes as well. Breaking change means like there are few changes which can be done at any time, like changing the size of the virtual machine, increasing, decreasing, whatever. But changing the name of virtual machine, it is not possible. Once a virtual machine is created, it is created. You cannot change the name. If you try to change the name manually, there's no way to do it. With Terraform, if you do it, what Terraform will do, Terraform will destroy your virtual machine and create a new virtual machine with a new name. Okay, so those kind of changes we call it as a breaking change. Okay, so what if Azure and Terraform has changed a few commands and something, and you all are always using a latest version. So that latest version is doing a breaking change in your production. You don't want that, right? So that's why you have to use a version control. Like whatever version you have used while during the development and deployment of your infrastructure, that version will be always used. And at the same time, suppose you are creating a new feature, and in the new feature you want to use the latest. So that's why you have to keep the two versions, right? The one version from which the infrastructure was created earlier, and the one version from which the infrastructure will be created today. I know this might be getting confusing and overwhelming as well at the same time, but this is very important.
So give me 1 minute. So guys, here we have the multiple points like automation. Think. Suppose you have to set up a call center. In your call center, you're looking for the multiple data engineering services, resources, multiple infrastructure, PaaS, SaaS type of resources. Just think, as an engineer, as a cloud specialist, if you have to manage everything, how much time it will take? Manually, if you're planning to do it, it will take few months. Plus, there are lots of risks involved. Plus, suppose you have completed everything, now you have to update the all the instances. It will take too much time. Means it required a very big team to manage all these. But what you can do, you guys can achieve all these using the Terraform very quickly on click of a button. Just click of a button, your environment will be ready. Suppose you're planning to make the changes in existing ecosystem, existing environment, just click on the button and things will be ready. So it's all about the automation. It's not only for the infrastructure, it's about the PaaS services, it's about the SaaS services, in data engineering services, in software engineering services, everywhere you have to use it. Second is versioning. As a developer, suppose you're writing the code. Suppose you're writing an API, and the same API you're applying to develop the 3 different versions of the API. Suppose one is for the test user or free user, second for the paid user, third is for the premium user. So what you guys can do, you can maintain the multiple version of the same source code. So this is very much useful during the development period. So if anyone who is from the development background, they are also maintaining the multiple version of the code. Like API, I'm working on API. So what I'll do, I'll maintain the multiple version of the API. One more thing here, you don't need to write the code every time. Once you have to write the code, test, validate everything. Whenever it is working perfectly, it is tested code, then you guys can reuse the same code to manage, prepare your existing or new infrastructure. In case using the same source code you're applying to provide the new infrastructure, just go and reuse. Or suppose in last project you created the code, so same code you guys can reuse in new project also. This is majorly a one type of activity. Sometimes you have to update it. So whatever the code is written, that you guys can reuse. Plus, if you're going to use the infrastructure as a service, if you're going to use the IAC or especially Terraform, so here, it will save minimum 10 times. 10 times, or your performance will increase minimum 10 times. Sometimes it may reach hundreds of times also. Suppose if I'm talking about small project where you have to create limited number of resources like 10, 20, then okay, maybe your speed will be 10 times using the Terraform. Just think, if you're planning to set up a call center, enterprise level of the solution you're going to develop, where huge infrastructure required, over there it will save few hundred times. Your time will be saved. Similarly, here, and it's a very safe also. There'll be almost zero manual intervention. The chances for the error also will be almost negligible. Similarly, for the versioning also, this is very popular, especially in case of development. And repeat, third point, whatever the code you have written, in case you want to reuse multiple times in multiple project or multiple environment, that is also possible.
Yes, and I'll give you one example, not one example, but this is the scenario which most of the enterprise follows. Okay, they like once the code is written, they stick to the same version even after a year. Okay, they will stick to the same version of the code to create their infrastructure. They won't go with the latest version because choosing latest is always not a good idea. It can break something. And if they have to move to the latest version of the code, then there will be another team or another development sprint that will be migrating the code base from the current version to the latest version, and it takes them a lot of time. It happens. So again, Sarath, you have one question, right? Why we will be changing these codes or doing these things once in a year or twice in a year? So no, like suppose you are moving your version of the code. So at the back end, this thing will be going on. Because of some security vulnerability, the security team asks you to go to the latest code. Then there will be a team, or it's a DevOps team only, who sits and who develops the code, who migrate the code from this version to a latest version. For example, I will show you. This is my virtual machine code in Terraform for Azure. So I will go through these portals in a very deep dive way, but right now I'm showing you. So this is the latest version of the code which I'm seeing from Terraform side. Okay, you can see they have these versions published. You see, they published a new version 2 days ago, and before 2 days it was 7 days ago they published the version, total 9 days. Then 12 days ago, then 16 days ago, 23 days ago. If you see all the versions, there's a lot of versions. See, these are the versions of code. These are the versions where the code got changed. Now, suppose you deployed your infrastructure in 2024, like 2 years ago. So you deployed on 3.96.0, and the latest version is 4.646.0. There will be a lot of difference between these two versions. Okay. So this version will be using some different arguments, and the new version might be using some different arguments. Okay. So that is something versioning is very important. So suppose my my VM is deployed with this version. Okay, I'll give you an example. And today, after 2 years, someone comes to me and asks me, "Hey, Ashish, could you please change the size of the virtual machine from they are using standard F2 to a different maybe B2S or something." Then I have to come and I have to use the same version. If I use the latest version and try to do this thing, it will be a disaster. It will delete my this VM and try to recreate a new one, because there will be some breaking changes. Okay, between these two versions. Getting my point? That's why version control is very important. Okay. So this is the Terraform version.
How to ensure like we are using that version only?
Yes. I'll show you. We'll see this today only. When we'll write the code, we'll see this today only. Okay, that's a very good question, and let's park that question. So this is the version which Terraform has provided, because they are also developing this thing. Now, once we start developing this thing, and I created the code, complete infrastructure code for tailored to my infrastructure, then I can create a version of it as well, like my personal version. So that version will be using this version. Okay, it's we will discuss this, and trust me, these things we will become master after this course. Okay.
Virat, one more question. Suppose the developer comes and want to upgrade with their VMs on the updated version. So is it possible on that?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Yeah, actually, what I'm trying to say, some developer comes and want to update their VMs on the latest version. So
Mhm.
is it possible?
Yes, it will be possible, but like, why do you want to go to latest version? That's the first thing. See, changing version comes with the business requirement. Like
Hmm.
something this version is not able to cater. Okay, if it is able to cater, then people generally don't want to change their version. Okay, once it is developed, because see, like when we talk about a production thing, like
Mhm.
suppose we do have Flipkart, or we do have Facebook. Okay, so suppose Flipkart is running on this version, for example. Okay, then why they want to change to this version? First of all, unless and until this version has, like, it doesn't have something which these have, and which Flipkart needs. Getting my point?
Yeah, got it, got it.
Or
But
the second scenario.
still I
Mhm,
have supposed they want to update something, right?
mhm,
So which features is not available on the previous version and want to update like the latest version. So how
mhm.
they can combine with both?
Yes, in that case they have to go to the latest version. Okay.
Okay.
How it will be done? So whenever we write the Terraform code, we mention this version number, or we mention latest over there. Okay, Ashish, I will come to you. Just a moment. Okay, let me answer this. Okay, so what Terraform developer team will do, okay, or the DevOps team will do, they will try to go with this version, and they will see if there is a breaking change, something which is breaking the complete infrastructure. How they can see that? Let me go over there and let me go back once. So they will change it. They will change the version and they will do a Terraform plan. In Terraform plan, if anything shows it is going to get destroyed, okay, it means that there's a breaking change. Okay, they
Yeah.
will stop. Now, what is the breaking change? Uh, they will be able to understand by seeing the plan. Okay, when I will show you the plan, you will understand what I'm trying to say right now. Okay, so if that breaking change can be reversed by using some lesser version, and like let's not go to 4.64, let's go to 4.63 or 4.62, and this thing is having the same thing that we want, then we will use this version. And anyways, see, we don't uh, go to the latest version in production. We always used to take two version back. Like in this case, if I am developing a virtual machine, so the I won't say the best practice, but yes, the recommended way is to go to this version 4.6.1. It will be very stable. This version, it could be unstable because it has released just 2 days ago. What if there is some bugs? Okay, so yeah, I will choose this version and see if even there is some breaking change. If there is some breaking change and we cannot like we cannot do anything, then we have to go with that breaking change. But that breaking change will require a lot of governance approval from the higher management of the organization. Like we'll be needing a change request to approved, then we'll be needing a downtime. We'll give there is a downtime. So if you guys see like you might be using some ICICI bank, SDFC bank, or SBI bank, any bank ATM card or anything, right? So sometimes you see like you get the message like from this to this time there's a maintenance phase and services might not be available, right? You get those messages, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the time when they are upgrading these things. It could be this thing or it could be their application. Okay, there are two phases of it. So once it will be upgraded, I will give a downtime of, suppose it takes 10 minutes to do my thing, like to destroy and recreate. I'll take a downtime of 4 hours. Okay, I'll give them time in advance because testing takes a lot of time. Okay, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, Ashish, you have some question. Could you
Yeah,
please
yeah.
repeat that again?
Thanks, Virat. So, Virat, my question was like, as you mentioned, there are so many versions of Terraform, right?
Mhm,
So I created a uh, f- create like I referred to one particular version 3.96, which is quite old, right?
mhm,
If you can go to version 3.96, okay. I created automation, multiple resources or infrastructure, like
mhm,
multiple VMs by that version.
mhm,
Now, now, now to, today, latest version is 4.64. Okay, my
mhm,
whole script is created in 3.96. Now the
mhm,
requirement is that I need to make some changes, or I need to update one VM name with the upgrade that tier. So
mhm.
how do I know in that particular script which is the version that I used for that time?
So when you do the Terraform plan, that's when you will get the version. Okay. And second thing is your version is always mentioned in your Terraform code.
Okay, that is
Okay.
mentioned in the Terraform.
Yes. You have to mention it. I will show you like just 5 minutes from now. We'll start a demo session.
So
Then
that
I'll show you.
that we need to ourselves mention, or it will automatically mention the version, which version we
No,
are using.
you have to mention it. You have to mention it.
Okay, maybe there are some chances that somebody misses that putting the version, and then
No,
uh,
it won't deploy. It won't deploy. You
oh,
once you do the provider section, then you have to provide that.
Okay, the version number is mandate, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, once you start like some implementation, and then might be clear.
Mhm. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, no worries. Um, let me quickly go to the PPT once again. So again, the collaboration will happen. Uh, it will happen using the Azure DevOps. It can also happen using GitHub, but yes, both are equally used nowadays. So it means like there could be two-person working on the same code. If it is a virtual machine code, or if like very big code, two-person can work on the same code. Okay, and then they will merge their code in the repository. That's one thing. And also it also, this IAC also solves a very big problem of micromanagement. I'll tell you how. So in the case of manual creation of virtual machines, so suppose you have to create 10 VMs or 10 different resources, then your manager decides how much time you will take, right? He'll come and say, hey, you have to deploy this in one day. It could not be deployed in one day, and if it is deployed in one day, then you would be burning yourself. But still, if the manager has said to deploy it in one day, then you have to deploy it in one day. That's in the case of manual creation. Now in the time of DevOps, we follow you know we follow a scrum thing. So that thing, in this course only, Aradhya will be taking those classes. It's a very interesting and very important one. Okay, so we follow a, a sprint. We follow a sprint. Okay, practice. So a sprint could be of 1 week or 2 week or 4 week, whatever it is. Okay, it's decided during the starting of the project. Now, suppose a sprint is of 2 weeks. So before the starting of the sprint, we put the sprint goals. Okay, in this sprint, in this 2 weeks, what we will be doing. Okay, and suppose someone, Ashish, let's take it you only, and you said like, in this sprint I will be creating the Terraform module for storage account, Azure storage account. Okay, so manager will come and ask you, so there is no manager and this format and this framework. There's a scrum master. So scrum master will ask you, hey, will it take 10 days, because it's a 2 week sprint, so 5 days, it's 10 days, whether it will take 10 days to develop. So at that time also, to get the actual date or the exact date, not exact, but like a near date, what time it will take to complete, we do a playing poker game. Okay, so you will tell like it will take like if you are saying it will take 10 days, it means it will take 80 hours to complete. Okay, so if you are giving the timeline of 80 hours to complete a storage account module, so playing poker game is like everyone in your team will give a time. Okay, like you say 80 hours, someone will say 100 hours, someone will say 20 hours. Okay, so now Aradhya, am I going deviating to a very different topic?
No problem, no problem.
Okay, so once you tell once everyone gives their time, it's hidden, then everyone time will be open, okay, in front of everyone. So the scrum master will ask the very unrealistic time, like someone gave 20 hours, so they will ask them, hey, how you think it will be done in 20 hours? Okay, and why do you think? So if he has a very logical thing, and then 20 hours will be assigned. If not, then the nearby team, you are saying 80 hours, someone is saying 60, someone is saying 50, then someone is saying 70. In that case, 60 hours will be assigned to you. So, and in 60 hours, you have to do the module, Terraform module for the storage account. Okay, there would be no micromanagement. Okay, and what you are doing in 60 hours, someone is going to ask you in every day Scrum call. You will be just saying if you are having any blocker in the development or not. That's it. Okay, you're having any blocker, you raise it to Scrum Master. He will arrange some SME for you to fix it. If not, then you are good. After 60 hours, you have to submit the module that you have created. So that's how it works. So then that's the collaboration thing. Okay, people will be working on the same code bases, and there will be reviews, there will be approvals. And if you once you write the code again, in the one ADO topic, I'll try to put in here. So once you write the code and once you push it to your repository, then you have your personal repository. Okay, then from your personal repository, it will be merged to a common repository. Okay, sometimes it's main or the master repository, sometimes it's a development repository. So it cannot be merged directly. So once you merge your branch to your higher level branch, what will happen is a pull request will be created. Okay, and once the pull request is created, someone has to review it. It could be your peer who will review it. Like suppose Ashish and Sarath are working in a team. So if Ashish has written the code, Sarath will review. If Sarath has written the code, Ashish will review. Now this review will be done, and after that your TL will review that. Okay, your lead will review that. Once lead has reviewed, then only it can be merged. Okay, and in few cases customer also reviews. Okay, it depends how the collaboration has been set up. Okay, once they will review, then only it will get merged to the develop branch or any common branch, and from there it will be deployed. So whatever code you have written, it cannot be deployed directly in a production kind of environment. Okay, we will discuss all these things. It's a very
Yeah,
interesting thing.
I'll give the example. Suppose, guys, there's a project of Coca-Cola. We are now working as a data engineer, right? So we will use the same source code. Code base will be the same. We are the contributor. Whenever your activity will complete, you'll check in. Suppose I'm your team lead, so I'll review, approve, and document it. Remember how exactly working. Suppose you're working on the Databricks. So Databricks code base will be the same. We are working at suppose there's a project. In that project, we have total 20 notebooks available. The code or code base will be the common for all the developers. You guys have to work, commit, I'll review, approve, document, and then your journey will complete. So the same thing will here. Plus, if you're using the infrastructure as a code, then it is very cost effective also. In most of the cases, what I have seen, suppose you have a multiple server or you have multiple websites or databases running with the higher configuration. Maybe it is used or not used. Unnecessarily you are paying. Suppose I'll give the example of the call center again. Suppose there's a call center. The call center is working on the shift, right? Like Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So, and suppose in backend there are hundreds of servers running, and all the servers are with the high configuration. So if the server will run 24/7, you have to pay for 24/7. So what you can do, whenever the servers are not used or there's no traffic, then what you can do, you can reduce the size of all the server in single go. Just click on a command, just run a command, and the size will be, all the server will resized. So what it will do, it will prevent from the over provisioning. Or so for example, suppose it required 10 server only, then okay, it will give the 10 server. If it required 2000 server, then it will give you 2000 server. For example, during the normal days, suppose there's a website is amazon.com. So during the normal days, 10 server required, but during the peak period, suppose we need 200 server, 500 server. All these you guys can control. So it is very much cost effective if you're using the infrastructure as a code.
Yes, it's actually very cost effective. Also, resource required will be less. Resource as in the human effort requires will be less.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing is security and compliance. So this is very important as well. Policy as code. Okay, in any of the infrastructure, if you have done Aradhe's Azure Mastery class from zero to architect, you might be knowing like there are management groups in Azure, and on those management groups, you deploy the policy, the company-wide policy. Now, I'll give you a very small example of policy. Right now, in my Azure, I can go ahead and deploy whatever I want. Okay, but I can set up a policy. Suppose I am some banking domain of India, and I am using Azure, so I can set up a policy. Anything which is deployed should be deployed in Central India only. or uh, or any in India regions only. Okay, so if that policy is set up, if I try to deploy something in that subscription in maybe East US, you know the regions, right? So if I try to deploy something in East US, it will not be deployed. It will automatically be, failed. The deployment will fail. Why? Because there is some policy setup. I'll quickly go ahead and show you. There is a policy thing.
So I'll give you an example. I think yesterday in one of the evening session I was covering the same. So suppose what you're looking for, you are working for the Indian customer name is Dabur India Limited, and Dabur customers are from India. So what you're planning to create a policy that people who are going to uh, use the portal, they can provision the resources only in Central India. So this type of policy you can enforce that your provisioning will be in Central India. Or suppose you're planning to enforce a policy that whatever the VM will be created, the VM will be created with the one or two sizes only. There are hundreds of sizes are available, but you don't want to allow your users to create a VM with a different size. Just allow two or three size. So such type of policy you guys can enforce here.
Yes. So, for example, I will show you. See, this is one of the inbuilt policy. As your backup should be enabled for virtual machines. Okay, this is you see type is built-in policy. Okay, now what this policy does is I'll quickly tell you. This is the code for this policy. We don't have to do anything in this code. It's already written. Everything is there by Microsoft itself. It says if any virtual machine is deployed, the backup should be on. Okay. Now, if you don't turn on the backup, your VM will not be deployed, or it will automatically turn on the backup for those virtual machine. Okay, and this is very important. What if some VM gets deleted mistakenly by some DevOps person? Okay, we set various guardrails not to delete and all, and we use the good practice. But what if sometime very disastrous thing happened and someone pushed it either intentionally or non-intentionally, and your VM gets deleted? Then at that point of time, these policies helps. Like there is a backup already you have, and this backup cannot be deleted. Okay, so these policies are set. Now setting up these policies manually, it's a very difficult task. If you see over here only, there are 5 pages, and see how many policies are in one page. 1 to 20 is a total 3, 3, 4, 7 policies. Those are built in. Now customer also create their custom policies as well. We can create custom policies as well. Okay, and then we have to assign these policies. Okay, so all these things can happen using Terraform. And trust me, in an organization there are like hundreds or thousands of policies that are deployed. Okay, that's why if you see in your environment, there could be some place you should not be able to log in, or you should not be able to do something. It's restricted by policy. Okay, so those policy can be managed using Terraform, and it's a very important thing. It's actually a very, very important thing, the policy. Okay, I will quickly go to the next slide. It's a Terraform versus traditional provisioning. It's the same thing, we discussed a lot on this, so I'll just quickly go through it. So it's the identical every time, and the code you have created, it will be identical, so it will be easier for you to manage. Then full Git history, diffs and rollbacks. It's using version control. So version control also take care of like who has done the changes and what changes has been done. Okay, like in some scenarios, in if you're doing manual, someone asks you, hey, you go ahead and do this thing to VM. So that thing happened with me as well. I was working with one of the organization like a few years ago, even when I didn't meet Radhe for the first time. Okay, at that time what happened, someone asked me to delete a mailbox. Okay, at that time I was working with O365 as well, and I deleted the mailbox. Okay, because someone authoritative person told me to delete it, so I deleted it. And after that, he denied, like he has never told me to delete it. And there was a huge kind of escalation, because I have deleted a mailbox where mails were coming, and that mailbox stopped working. So it was a very huge escalation which came on me. Okay, But here in the DevOps thing, if someone is doing something, you can do the like there is a Git history which is saved, and if someone asks you to do it, you can you make that changes in the code, and you create a pull request and assign them as a reviewer. Okay, suppose if Virat has asked Ashish to do these changes, what Ashish will make those changes in the code, in his code, and he will when he's creating the pull request, he will assign me as a reviewer because I have asked for those changes. Now I have to review it, and once I approve it, and if something happens, and the escalation will come to Ashish will tell, see, I have already kept Virat as a reviewer. He reviewed the code, and he was the person who asked for these changes. And in that PR, you can write like why you are making this change. You can write the description as well, and it's not like people skip the description writing is very important, why you are making this pull request. Okay, so that's how the history is saved, and you will be saved. So like everything is very clean using CI/CD and Terraform, DevOps. Everything is very clean, no mess. Okay, and this is same code, same infra will be everywhere. And replication speed, it's literally minutes. Deployment time, whatever time Azure takes, it will take. For creation of a VM, if it takes 5 minutes, it will take 5 minutes. For creation of SQL managed instance, if it takes 4 to 6 hours, it will take 4 to 6 hours. But creation of those things, like the replication, like if you're creating 5 SQL managed instance, and the time that you were taking, it will be reduced. It will be literally come to minutes. Okay, and the same thing which I discussed, one person knows the setup. Here, team own the setup, and PR reviewed code. Every code is PR reviewed. Pull request is reviewed by PR. Like here in DevOps world, we call it pull request. Okay, in Bollywood, PR is something different. Okay, so and every change is a git commit. Likewise, I asked Ashish to do some change. He will do a git commit for that. Okay, and single tool, the Terraform will be used for AWS, Azure, GCP, Oracle, and all other clouds. And applying the code to a new region in case of disaster recovery, we have the code ready. We can just deploy it. So deployment will take whatever time Azure will take to deploy. That's it. Okay, we don't have to think like how the setup was in my primary region and all. Okay, everything we have. We just have to click on Terraform apply. That's it. And the Terraform plan shows the estimate. Okay, what things we are going to create, and we can fetch the cost out of it. Okay, okay. Any question, anyone till now? Because after this, we'll start with our demo. And before you ask question, today we hovered through a lot of these topics, this theoretical topics, because this was very important for you guys to understand. And going further, we'll mostly be working with demos only.
So, guys, these are the foundation sessions. Why we are starting with the foundation? If directly we are planning to jump on the practical implementation, you guys will struggle for the long time. That's why we decided to cover all the foundation key points. Then after we will start the code implementation.
Yes, and also in Terraform class, it was not required me to tell you about playing poker game, but I'm letting you these things know because these things are integral part not for Terraform but for DevOps. Okay, and without this learning raw Terraform, it's not going to help. How it is actually this course is mainly focusing towards industry aligned learnings. So how industry actually works, that's what we are letting you know. Okay, so any question, anyone, any question, like it could be any question. Don't hesitate, just ask me.
विश्वजीत घोष, शर्मा जी, भारद्वाज शर्मा, अक्सel, आशीष धर, देवी, Jagdish, KK, guys.
Even if you think that question is stupid, ask
Please
me.
ask the question. Try to make it more interactive. Remember, usually I suggest everyone to behave like the child. The region, whenever you guys will ask the question, it will be learning for others also. We never mind if it is taking time. Let's spend some more time and try to understand using the best practices or with the architecture, implementation, PPTs, and 100% implementers also. Yes, Krishna.
Arida, I believe for this course we need access to Azure portal, right? Azure account.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in this we are going to use the DevOps portal. We will use the Terraform. We will use the Azure portal also.
Okay. Thank you.
So if you remember, usually I'm suggesting guys. Yesterday even I was showing one of the learning paths. Why? As per the learning path, the first step is Azure services. Just learn the Azure mastery. Then DevOps with the Terraform. After it, you can decide if you're from the data background or you're planning to move toward the data engineering side. Then you can decide, okay, you're planning to go with the low code based approach or code based approach. If low code based approach, then you can go with the Fabric. If no, high code based approach, then you can go with the Databricks and Data Factory. But all these are mandatory region. As a data engineer, as a software engineer, we have to use all these. We cannot avoid. Otherwise, it will take too much time. The cost of the project operation cost will increase. Maintainability or manageability will be very difficult. So even there'll be lots of disaster also. So if you are using Azure DevOps and Terraform, it will save our time, our money. It will save from the disaster also.
Yes, I agree. So, Ashish, I see you have a question.
Yes, Virat. Virat, yeah, you mentioned version control. Am I audible?
Yes.
So, when we start creating the SCL HashiCorp configuration level, where exactly do we do that scripting?
Where exactly you do the scripting? So you can do
Yeah.
it in any IDE. We generally use a Visual Studio Code. So we install all the
Yes.
dependencies over there, and after that we start writing the code over there. And that code we can commit to any of the version control system. It could be GitHub, or it could be Azure DevOps, Bitbucket.
And that need to be you mentioned that it will go to, it will create a pull request, and that need to be have the reviewed with some technical lead or PM before we deploy to
Yes.
right?
Yes, that will be, and they will be pushed. So first of all, once you write the code to your VS Code, then you push to your repository. So your repository don't need a PR. Okay, once it is in your repository, from your repository, you cannot deploy it. Okay, so you have to push it to a higher repository. Okay, higher hierarchical repository. It could be developed. You can give any name. Okay, to move your code to that repository, you will be needing a pull request. Yes.
So once that is pull request is provided, approved, and then say for example I gone to the UAT environment. So once the script is peer reviewed, so what is the next step? How the how the infrastructure will know that I need to run this script and create, say for example, 50 VMs or 100 VMs. So
Okay,
how is that done?
I'll tell you. So when you write this Terraform script, okay. So generally, if you're asking a very high level question. So in those level, we don't write the Terraform script. We write the Terraform modules. Okay. So we write the Terraform modules, and we call it, and once the PR thing, everything is done. And at that point, my CI/CD pipeline, it's a most important one. It should be developed. Okay, so it decides how it will be deployed. Okay, if it is CI enabled, it means we can, how it becomes CI enabled is we'll mention in the pipeline. If this any changes comes to this branch, like develop branch. Once your PR will be approved, you will merge it to develop branch. So if any changes occurs in a develop branch, the pipeline, the your CI/CD pipeline will be triggered automatically. Okay, so it will be triggered automatically. It will use a runner. Okay, runner, or in Azure DevOps we call it agent. Okay, it will run on that agent, the pipeline, and it will start doing this thing. I'll show you. Terraform init, then Terraform plan, and then Terraform apply. Okay. Now, after Terraform plan, you can put. So these are options in DevOps. That's why DevOps, this Azure DevOps is very important to learn. Okay. So after plan, you can set up an environment. Environment means you can set up a gate. Okay. That gate will be approval gate. Once plan is done, it will wait, and your pipeline will be paused. Okay, and you have to review the plan. Once you have reviewed it, then you have to approve it over there as well. Once it is approved, then it will go ahead and apply. Okay, and whatever in the code it is written, like there are 3 VMs or 300 VMs, it will be applied. And those thing is written in your Terraform configuration. Got my point?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Don't Ashish. Yeah, I know you are not very convinced with my answer right now, but trust me, by the end of this course, you will be more than convinced.
Yeah. Once
And
with
yeah,
the, we
once you
see
will
the
see it,
demo,
yes,
yeah,
once you will see
it
it,
might,
then yeah, it will be very easier for you. We'll
yeah,
do all this
sure.
thing. It's already in the agenda, and I'm really very excited.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you so much.
Dipanshu, you have some question? We'll quickly take one more question, and then we'll move to demo.
Yeah. Can we move to that next slide number 5 actually? It's
Yes.
like might be a silly question, but I thought that it's better.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I think in the this thing collaboration team on PR reviewed code and record of changes, like this specifically mentioning that Terraform there. So what I have seen in the projects, like generally what I am observing, there is a traditional way of at places deployment going on a daily basis. They do that, like whatever, for example, any bug coming up from the client, and then they take the developers take branch from the source from the production there, and then they make changes there in that, and again raising the PR, and that PR gets approved by it just goes through a peer review, and then finally after the lead approves, and then it is merged to the main. So my question was basically that it is happening in places where like that much high scale of VMs, or basically Terraform is not being used, leveraged there. It's only a manual deployment there. Then also these are things. So like it is something which is a common thing which goes across, or maybe some different way of approving or committing the code or reviewing the code in Terraform happens.
No, this is the common thing. So this is the DevOps way of doing things. Yeah, people people sometimes skip those things. Sometimes, we know, like we are very confident what we are doing. Then we raise the peer, and I'll ask my one of the peer to approve it so that I can merge it. Okay, and in that case, if I'm very confident, I'll ask him, hey, you don't have to review it, just approve it. So like we know, we are confident what we are doing, and okay, the same thing won't happen in production. If it is dev environment, no one cares, because we know dev environment is for, or there is an environment called sandbox environment. If it is a sandbox, like no one literally cares what you are doing. Okay, so if you're deploying, just go ahead and deploy. Okay, but that's a casual way. That should not be the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If we are learning, we should learn good things. What we are doing, it's in our control, right? Okay. Next, next question. We are having Terraform providers. Okay. What Terraform provider? I'll quickly tell you. Terraform, as we said, like it's a multi-cloud thing. It's work on multiple clouds. Terraform. So like to work with any of the cloud, we have to use that provider. Like if you're using Azure, then we'll be using Azure provider. If you're using AWS, then we'll be using AWS provider. Then here I think it's Databricks. So if we are using Databricks or Datadog, then we will use that provider. If GCP, then that provider. Okay, how we have to use that provider, we'll see here. it in a few minutes. Now, one quick thing. If I am using Azure provider, we'll focus more on Azure as it is a Terraform with Azure course. So what it will do, you know, it will call the Azure API. So Microsoft Azure released the API to for Terraform to use it as a ISE. Okay, so it will it will connect with Microsoft Azure API, and then it will help to deploy. So I'll show you how you will face the provider. So in your complete learning course, this website is very important, and your career as well. That is registry.terraform.io. Okay, so if you go to this website, registry.terraform.io, this is the official website of Terraform. Okay, so you will see this tab over here, browse providers. Okay, so if you click on browse providers, you will see many providers over here. Now see how many cloud Terraform support. So these are the clouds. See, Terraform supports AAP, it's by Ansible, then Active Directory by HashiCorp. Okay, there are a lot of see, IBM Cloud Terraform supports. Then again IBM Cloud, you will see. Okay, so see, these are a number of cloud that Terraform support. It's 6211. Okay, so we will be focusing towards the Azure provider. So we'll click on Azure provider. Okay, now you see the version 4.6, 4.0. Okay, so how we can use this provider to write my Terraform code? I will be needing this provider. So you see this button, use provider. Once you click over here, you will see the code. You have to include this code in your um, Terraform configuration to use this provider. Else it will not understand what provider you are doing. This is the most important line. Okay, that you have to use in your Terraform configuration. Okay, and if you click on this documentation, if you click on overview, you will see the overview. I'll quickly click. The overview page is this one only. It shows you the overview. And if you click on documentation, then you will come to you'll see all of the resources, Azure resources over here. Like for a virtual network, let's take virtual network. Virtual will not be deploying virtual machine today because virtual machine is a complex Terraform code. We'll deploy virtual machine later in our sessions. Okay, let's we will do deployment of a virtual network today. Virtual network, it's also complex, but slight easier. Okay, so virtual network is a networking component. I'll go to the networking component. So you see that this network component, you expand this, then you'll see resources. You have to find Azure RM virtual network. Network manager. So see, all these are networking resources.
Scroll up,
Okay.
scroll up, scroll up. Scroll up.
I think it should be downwards. Virtual network, virtual GHI, JKLM, and this
can
Azure RM virtual network.
Yeah.
Okay, it's arranged in ascending order, so you can find it, or you can write it over there as well. If you're trying to find virtual network, just write virtual network. Virtual network. So you will see different, and different modules like app service or a database where virtual network is being used, or Databricks. Then we are using we are creating the Azure virtual network. So we'll go in the networking one, and you can see it over there. You can find it over here as well. Okay. So yeah, once you come to the virtual network, so this is the resource block. This is the example that they have given. So as we know, to create anything in Azure, we have to first of all create a resource group. Without resource group, we cannot create it. Okay, so this resource group is created using this block. Okay, then They're also creating a network security group, NSG. Okay. We might not want this. Okay, if you want this, you can create it. If you don't want this, you can left it. Then this is virtual network. Now to create the virtual network, what they have created, Azure virtual network they have created, and they've created two subnets. Okay, subnet 1, subnet 2, and a tag. So that's what they have created. Okay, so that's how we find the code. Okay, now people will have this question. Okay, if we have everything written over here, and they always, in the example, they always not write everything. Okay, and they write the few required ones, but we have to use like according to ourselves, like few optional things also we might need to use. Like in this virtual network, I don't see DDoS protection enabled. Okay, but if I want DDoS protection enabled, then there should be something for DDoS. See the DDoS protection plan. We have to use this if I want this. It's an optional block. That's why they haven't used it. Okay. So once you come to this, you can see the examples. Apart from example, these are the arguments and the argument reference that you have to use. Okay. And whatever is required, that will be written as required. If you miss any required item, then the thing will not get created. The Terraform will fail. So at least required item is required. Okay. So for creating a virtual network, we need a name that's required. Then we need a resource group name where this virtual network will be created. Then we need the location in which region this virtual network will be created. And we need this address space as well. Okay. This is optional, but yeah, we'll create a virtual network with this address space. Okay, see, it's optional, but it's written either one of address space or IP address pool must be specified. So this is the address space, either this or the IP address pool. Okay, this one of this is required. So either you provide this address space or IP address pool, else it will not be created. Okay. And then this is BGP, border gateway protocol. These are Azure advanced networking thing. We are not going deep dive in this discussion what are these things, but yes, if you want to create a BGP community for your infrastructure, then you can create it. Then DDoS is there, encryption is there, and then DNS server is there, list of DNS server you can provide. Then edge zone is there. So you see there are a lot of arguments that you can provide. Okay. And then there is subnet block. Subnet block can have these arguments: a name, address, prefix, security group, default outbound access is enabled or not, delegation, and private endpoint network policies. This thing you can enable or disable. We'll go through all of this. Okay. Then after this, you see these many arguments are there, but in example they have showed you like 4 5 only: name, location, resource group name, address space, DNS server, and subnet. That's it. And tags. That's it. So they have given 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. They have given 7 arguments only, but we have more than 20 arguments for a virtual network. Okay, so we'll add the arguments as per our network requirement. So when I say we give the solution, so organization comes to you and they say, hey, we have this problem, so we want to we want to move to Azure, or we want to deploy our application to Azure. So how would you make it? So at that time, the architect people create the solution. At that time, they decide what would be the IP address range. Okay, at that time, they will decide whether DDoS is required for them or not. Okay, once they have decided this thing, a plan is created. Okay, a planning document is created, and planning document is given to the DevOps person like us. Okay, and we as a DevOps person, we will deploy all this thing according to the planning document. So if in the planning document it's written DDoS is not required, will not bother about this. If it is written DDoS is required, then we have to include this. If in the planning document it's written VNet should be encrypted, then we will use this block, else we will not use this block. Okay, so it all depends on the planning document that we get from our architects. Okay, and like once you ace with your DevOps thing, once you are like once you have done very good with your DevOps thing and you know Azure very well, then you can also move to the architect role. So the architect is someone who should know all these things. Okay, so these are the arguments block. Apart from that, then this is the attribute reference. Attribute references, once I create this VNet, I can fetch these as the output. The ID, the virtual name, the ID of the virtual network, GUID, the GUID of the virtual network, IP address pool, what address pool has been used in the virtual network, subnet, if the subnet is created, then what subnets are created. This thing I can fetch as an output. Okay. Any question till here? And also tell me if I'm going very fast, very slow.
I think pace is good. So Manjeet, Nani, Jagdish, Devi, any question, guys? Excel.
No, Aradhi. Right now, no.
Okay,
Okay.
guys, are you guys enjoying this course?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. If at any point of time, if you find this boring, let me know. Okay. And like be very frank. Okay. We are together not for today only. We'll be together for a very long time. So we'll be doing this course together. So let's learn as a peer, not as I don't want to be a teacher. Okay. So let's learn as a peer, and peer learning is the best thing. Okay. So
One
okay.
question, Viraj, just quick, like this is related to DDoS basically. So as like what I know, it's basically like when there is an attempt to disrupt the normal flow of how how the server or how the website is being exists. So like there is some security element also coming up, and which has to be negated while working on DevOps, or like how's it? Just a question there.
uh see, see, Microsoft Azure way of doing the DDoS protection, distributed denial of services, using their VNets. It's like something they do at the back end. We don't exactly know what they do, but yes, there's something they do it. But yes, it comes with a security benchmark. Okay, so there is a threat modeling thing that we do from the security perspective. So once you do the threat modeling, then we understand like whether we have to enable DDoS or not. Suppose I'll tell you, it's a very good question actually. I'll tell you an example. Suppose you are doing implementation or migration for Flipkart.com. Now, the Flipkart.com, the main site that we open over here, like if I go to Flipkart.com, so the main site that we open, see, eh, mm, I clicked on Flipkart.com. It's asked for login. Okay, now this one particularly will be using DDoS. Okay, for sure. But if I do a login, if I do a genuine login with my mobile number or email address, it won't be, after that, the pages which I see, it won't be using DDoS because I have already logged in. So there is no, there's less risk of I'm doing distributed denial of services attack, right? Because I have already logged in, they can block me. But at this page, definitely they will be using DDoS. And you know what? For internal services, like every one of us is working somewhere, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So we might be filling the timesheets as well, right, in our
Yes.
organization. So if we fill the timesheet, that's the internal application. So at those kind of applications don't require a DDoS detection. Okay. So that's how it works. Yeah, we can separately talk about it, but yes, as this session is more focused on you know DevOps and Terraform, we'll be discussing more on that. And networking is like one of my favorite topic to discuss always. Okay, so we'll start with our demo now. So to start with our demo, I believe everyone has joined from their laptop, right? That's what Aradhya was speaking about in the very beginning of this call. Okay, so can we quickly install Terraform? So install Terraform, I'll give you a link. Either you can go on Google and uh, you know search for install Terraform, or you can, I'll give you the link. Okay, I have pasted a link in this chat. You can use this link to install the Terraform. How, I'll tell you. If you are using um, a Windows based machine, so if your architecture is x86, it means 32-bit, you can use this download, or you can do AMD 64 download. Once you download this, okay, once you download this, it will be downloaded on your computer. And once it is downloaded, it will be in a zip file. I downloaded it, but I have a different architecture. So this terraform.exe will be downloaded. You can copy it and you can put it in your C drive uh, programming file, or anywhere. Wherever you put it, you add it in your environment variable. Can you do it? You know how to add an environment variable? If not, can someone with
So
Microsoft computer can share
that
their laptop,
what we can
can share the screen?
that what we can do, we can tell someone from this team to share the screen, and others can follow.
Yes. Okay. Please, someone, can you share the screen?
Who
Who is
want to
using?
share the screen?
I
Like
am sharing.
yeah,
Okay.
please. Yeah, please share your screen.
So, Aradhya, I think this call will be extended for 15-20 minutes. Will that be okay for
No
you?
problem, no problem, no problem.
Yeah. This my screen is visible.
Just a
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the location I have put in the Terraform. Okay.
So we're at one thing. So we need to download that ARM, right?
Okay,
ARM
do one
64.
thing. Do one thing. Just download one more time,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. Sure. Oh yeah.
We can put it into program files, right? The downloaded exe file.
This is the binary. I have downloaded 386. This, or we need to ARM because of my laptop is the 386.
Uh, you can download ARM 60, or it's 64-bit, right?
Yes. Yes.
So right side, you click on ARM 64. You are having Linux machine.
No, I
It
am
is,
using
okay.
Windows machine.
Okay. You have downloaded a wrong package.
That's
In the left side, if you
scroll down,
see,
scroll down. There'll be option for Windows
no,
also.
it should be up. It should be up.
Okay, scroll up.
Yeah,
Oh,
scroll up more.
scroll up, up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the Windows, you click on AMD 64.
Okay.
Okay. Now you go to your downloads. I can see it's
There is-
already downloaded.
There'll be two files, one with the executable and the second will be a TXT file. Just
We have to click on AMD 64, not 386, right?
Yeah,
386.
386 is for your 32-bit system.
but see, nowadays in most of the cases you guys are using the 64-bit machine, so go with the 64 one. Now just extract it.
Yes.
Under it there'll be two files. One is the
Yeah.
Terraform exe and second is the license.txt.
You just copy terraform.exe license. It's not required. It's for you to read if you want. So you go to C drive.
Yes.
Okay, you want to put it over here. Okay. No worries. Can you right click on terraform.exe? Yeah, or copy it from there only. I just wanted to copy that only. Go to environment variables. Click on start environment. Edit the environment variables. The first one itself. Now click on environment variables. Now click on edit, and uh, you can add the path.
We
Or
need to create the
yes,
new
create a new
new.
one. Yeah, you can write a Terraform variable name. You can give Terraform. Yes. Hmm. Okay. That's it. You can click on OK. Uh, go, go to your console or terminal. No, no, not command prompt. You have to go to PowerShell. Search for terminal. Yes. So write here Terraform space
Mhm.
-v. Okay, it's still not recognized.
This is
You,
this is the name of the environment variable is the same. We need to add the environment variable or the system variables.
we need
No,
to
we
add
would need
environment.
to in the path variable as well, right? We would need to
Yes.
attach that path in the path variable as well.
Is the name of the Terraform. TRA
Yes. In
Terraform.
in the
Okay.
path you click on the path. No, not here. If you
There is a
see,
variable called path.
yes, there is a variable called path.
Okay.
Right now, it's showing third
Uh,
from the top. Uh,
okay. We need to
no,
add in that.
Yeah,
yes,
there
yes,
it
you
is.
edit that.
Path. Yeah,
Yeah, you
add
click
it
on
at the
new.
end.
Yes, yes, click OK. Click OK. If you add user variable, it will be added for your user only. It will add, if you add system variable, it will be added for all the users. But anyways,
Okay.
you have to restart the terminal. Now do Terraform. And no, wait. Terraform, spelling of Terraform is wrong. FORM.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can see Terraform is installed with the version 1.14.7. Now this version is different from the version which I was showing. It's a Terraform application version which is
Okay.
installed on your computer. Okay. Now one thing is installed. I want you to install few more things. Can you go to Google and download Visual Studio Code?
Yes, I have already.
Okay. Perfect.
Just
Still, can you?
yeah, so to everyone one more time. So
Yes. Go to Google.
Okay.
And yeah, you can write it here. Download VS Code. Yeah. So guys, VS Code, Visual Studio Code is a free tool. Visual Studio is a paid tool. Okay. So Visual Studio Code we can use. So yeah, click on the first link. Now you see we have the options to download over here. So yeah, click. If you click on that, it will download the installable file. Okay. The file will be a slight big in size. This Visual Studio Code. So it's 125 MB. But these days, I think GBs are also not big. So yesterday night, I downloaded a game, GTA 5, and it was like 100 GB. And my internet was able to download it in few hours. I was so surprised. Okay, yeah, click on that icon. It will browse that uh, downloaded file. No worries, you can go to download folder directly if that is not opening. Okay, so if you see this VS Code user setup is downloaded. If you double click on that,
Yeah.
you have to accept the agreement. Click on next. Click on next. Click on install. So and that's it. I hope everyone is following the same in the backend.
Yes.
Yes. It is installed right now. So I need to open VS Code.
Yeah, please open it.
Okay. Mm, okay. Do it right now.
No, wait. Don't open any folder right now. Click on cancel.
Okay.
Uh, okay. Sorry, I was speaking on mute.
Yeah.
Uh, no worries. So in the very left side, you see first, second, third, fourth, fifth icon extensions. You
Yes.
click on that. So yeah, for people who were downloading Visual Studio Code right now, okay, for the first time, you will see this it might be in fourth or third place. Okay. So you see the icon, right? You have to click on that extension. Now in that extension, search for Terraform. You have to install the extensions. Okay, so you see the second one, HashiCorp Terraform. You install that. Yeah, click on install only. It will install the release version. Trust publisher and install. So anything with a tick mark, it's a trusted publisher. Anything without a tick mark, it could be trusted, it could not be trusted. So in those scenario, we see the number of reviews. Okay, then you download this Microsoft Terraform as well. The fourth one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
Microsoft Terraform. Yes, click on install. And then there is after that there is Terraform autocomplete extension. It's a not trusted source. Not trusted means like it's not from any big organization, but it has a very like to see the number of downloads, 2,95,000. So you can use this. What and this extension will help you. This extension will help you to autocomplete the code.
auto complete
So
the commands. Okay.
yes, autocomplete the command. So you can install this as well, and if you want, you can delete it later, or if you don't like this. So and these are the extensions. You can play with the extensions. There are a lot of Terraform extensions you can see, and whatever you want, you can use. Okay. Apart from that, we might be needing few more extensions of Git and all, but we are not diving into Git today, so we'll install those things later. Okay, so I think we are ready to. Also, you have to install one more thing, Easy CLI. Not here, uh, not here. You go
Okay.
to Google
Mm-hmm.
and write AZ CLI. Download.
Okay.
You can also mention download. You have to click on that link. It's a bit tricky for Windows. Okay, click on Microsoft installer, second one, MSI. Yes, you scroll down now. Download the latest MSI of Azure CLI. So these are the prerequisites, and these are one-time thing. Once it is done, then you don't need to do it again. Anyone using MacBook, I'll give you the steps to install all those things in the MacBook as well. Okay, you open this.
So guys, I'll suggest all of you to download, install it. We are here to help you. In case you are facing any challenge during the installation or configuration, please share your screen. We will try to help you here right away. You see for everyone.
Yes.
Dipanshu, Jagdish,
Yeah,
Sarath,
I
Tish.
would like to have, like, I tried installing this one starting from Hashim or this website also. I will share my screen after some time. I think
Okay. I want everyone to configure the machine properly so that we can focus on the implementation, architecting, other things only. So in fact, in next session, what I'll do, I'll review it. I'll review whether all of you already have configured it or not. If not, then we have to reconfigure and then we can continue from here. Without machine, without configuration, you cannot. I know lots of you already have joined through the mobile phone, which is very bad practice. In case seriously you're planning to learn, so make sure going forward in future you join through the laptop or desktop only.
You know what will happen if you skip the classes, then see we are doing few exercises over here now. If you don't do it right now, what will happen, it will pile up, and this will pile up, and it will become a burden. Okay, so yeah, you can click on finish.
The entire course will be boring. Then after
Hmm.
some time you realize, hey, it's not fruitful. I'm not learning. It's very difficult. Frankly speaking, it's very easy. Even a student of 7th standard also can learn it. But it requires some time, it requires some practice, dedication, commitment. If you are, then it's easy.
Yeah. Okay. So here you can yeah, restart your terminal. Yeah, in anyway
Yes.
it is fine.
Hmm.
Can you write az minus v, az minus v, space minus v? Okay, now Azure CLI is installed. Okay, so you can see the version and all of this. Why I wanted to install this Azure CLI is because, see how your Terraform will understand where to deploy right now. Okay, we are not going through CI/CD today. Okay, we'll go through CI/CD in the upcoming sessions. But today we have to deploy using Terraform. So we'll write a Terraform script and deploy. But how the Terraform will understand where you have to deploy? If you do a Terraform init, then Terraform plan, and then Terraform apply, where the Terraform will go ahead and apply. So that's why you need to log into Azure. Now log into Azure using a CLI needs a Azure CLI or AZ CLI tool. Okay, which you have installed right now. Okay, now I think we are done. I believe everyone installed that, or at least we are in the way to install that. So I'll request you to stop sharing your screen. I'll share my screen, and we'll go through uh, creating, some VNet today. Okay.
No, I think Virat, I'll suggest to check whether everyone already configured the machine or not. We can check,
Okay.
I mean, we can stop up to here. So
Okay.
Dipanshu, Jagdish, Sharath, Ashish, Vishwajit, anyone you haven't configured it properly or haven't
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen actually. So
Please share your screen.
Yes, CLI is configured. I'm configuring the Terraform right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Going forward from next session, we'll focus towards the implementation. So make sure you'll configure it today or right away or before the next session. Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. So what is the issue that you are getting?
I think you're speaking on mute. Can you please unmute yourself? Dipanshu?
oh, sorry, I was speaking on mute only. Oh,
I think
I
just extract and just copy the executable and move to the C drive. Copy from here. Go to the C drive. Create a folder. Name is Terraform.
TERRA. Okay. Now you copy the path. So in the address bar, you click on the address bar where this PC Windows C Terraform is written. No, go to Terraform inside. You click on the right side after Terraform. Click on right side. Yeah, click there. Yeah, you can click on copy address. Now you click on start search button. Yeah, and yeah, try finding writing environment. Yes, click on the first tab which came, edit the system environment variables. Yes, click on environment variables in the bottom. Yes, click on the path. The fourth one. Yes, click on edit. No, not there, not there. Click on cancel.
Okay, above one.
Yeah, above one. Yes. Click on new.
Move.
No, new. The first one, new.
New. Okay.
Okay.
Paste.
Yeah. Control V. See Terraform. Okay. Click on OK. And click on OK again. The bottom. Yes. And click here OK as well. That's it. So you try finding terminal. Click on search and yeah, click on terminal. Now write Terraform, TERRAFORM space minus V.
Space minus V.
Yeah, minus V.
Like
press
this?
enter. Yes, press enter. Okay, so Terraform is installed now.
Okay.
Anyone else? And what about the VS Code? You already have installed?
I'm sharing my screen. Just click check.
Just a minute, please, Rajat.
I've installed Terraform now.
Yeah.
We need to install
This-
VS Code as well, right?
Yeah, on
Yes,
the
VS Code.
I downloaded this part, and then I could see that Virat, you were showing that fourth option to click on the tick, which I am not able to see here actually.
No,
Fifth option for you. Fifth
you
option.
have
Fifth
you have
option.
fifth option.
Okay, fifth option.
It will change. The indexing will change for this as you download extension and work on VS Code. So it's coming for you on fifth. Someone for else for it can come in seventh. Some it can come on third, like that way. Okay, you can install Terraform from here. Hashikop Terraform, the second one. No, not that one. The second one, the fourth one. Yeah. Click trust, publish and install. Then click on install on the fourth one as well. It can install parallelly. It's not an issue.
This one also, right?
Yes. And you can install Terraform autocomplete as well. Seventh one. Yes, that one. That's it. Apart from that, you need to install AZ CLI as well. AZ CLI.
This I was trying to install actually. I think it has downloaded.
What about the others? Krishna, Nilesh.
Yeah, I'm getting issue. So just should I share my screen?
Okay, in between he is talking, you can share your screen.
Yeah, please go ahead. And meanwhile, Dipanshu, once it is done, you restart your terminal and do AZ hyphen space minus V. Okay.
AZ hyphen space minus V. Okay.
Sharath pasted it in the chat. Thank you, Sharath, for this.
I think the lot. Okay, that is sharing. Okay, let me stop so I share again. It's visible to you?
Yes, it is visible.
So I have downloaded here. Sorry. In a program files, so Terraform. This is the file. Okay.
Then you have added two environment variables.
Yeah. From here, like environment variables.
Yes.
Yeah.
In path. Right.
Click on edit.
Right.
Yes.
New one,
It's,
right?
no, it's added, na? It's added.
Yeah.
Added. Click on OK button.
Click on
Okay.
OK again.
Close the terminal and start it. Where's the terminal? Just start terminal. Type here Terraform space -V.
Okay, it's installed.
Okay, got it. So I downloaded also this. This the Harshikop, right?
Yes,
Terraform.
Terraform.
Yes.
Then Microsoft Terraform.
Terraform autocomplete.
I think this extension they have changed something. It's for AWS only. No worries, we have installed it. We can install it later, but it might not be of much use for us right now.
So I also downloaded that. I think the
Yes,
AGCLI.
mhm.
Guys, it's very easy if you practice. Remember, you don't need to put lots of effort like every day, few hours, not required. But if you're spending 1 hour per day, things will be very easy within 2.5 months.
Virat, one thing, I tried putting that AZ hyphen V into the terminal, but it is showing an error for me.
You need
Not
give
that-
space AZ space minus V.
I did get same. I did the same, which was
Have you
copy
restarted
paste.
the terminal?
Okay. Let's close it and start again.
Yeah. Any new thing you install for terminal case, like command prompt or PowerShell, you have to restart that.
Okay.
Yeah. In GUI, it doesn't matter much if you restart or not, but in terminal, it matters.
We only need to install the 3 extensions, right? In VS Code.
Yeah, yes, two only. The third one, I'm seeing right now, it's only for AWS, which they're showing.
Okay.
So it's not relevant for us much. Okay. So yeah, and also you can browse these extensions. Any extension you like it, you read about that extension, you can install it. If not today, later in the course. Because see, these are the things we have to get familiar with if we want to be. Wait. First of all,
Since
yeah, you have to restart your terminal. You close this terminal. Yeah, and terminal, and it should be small az, no? It's not cap, yeah, space minus v.
getting issue.
Is it a CMD? You installed it, right?
Yeah, right. Just installed.
It should not fail. You might need to try using restarting your laptop as well.
Yeah. Sometimes you may
Yeah.
require to
Okay, I
restart.
will try later. If I will get an issue, I will
Yes.
connect.
Yeah, you can also watch a YouTube tutorial on how to install Azure CLI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Viswajit goes. Is it done for you, Nilesh?
I
Yes,
stopped
all the
sharing my
3 are
screen.
done.
Yes, it is done for me. Yeah.
Perfect.
For anyone, if it is still pending, then please let us know, guys. For everyone is working. Excel, Bharadwaj Sharma, Vishwajit Ghosh, Devi.
Yes, it is working for me.
Okay, perfect. If it is working, then we are good to go from here. So the plan is from next Saturday, the class will be on the same time. The timing of the batch will be the same, 9 to 11 a.m. IST. Yesterday and today was the fundamental session. We tried from our side to prepare the foundation. From here, implementation, we are going to start from next Saturday. Before moving ahead, if you have any question, doubt, then you can unmute and ask the question. Still, you have more question, more doubt, then you guys can call me directly on my WhatsApp number.
Okay, I have no question right now.
Question? Okay, perfect.
Okay. In the next class, I'll request you guys to go through registry.terraform.io and go through that. Be familiar with that website. Okay.
So we'll try, guys, from our side, we'll try to move slowly. We'll try with everyone, we'll try to proceed with everyone so that within 2.5 months, we'll be in a better position. Remember, this is not a good to have platform is a must to have for the IT survival. If you are good in this area, means it's a very you'll get the great advantage of industry, regional industry. Almost every type of project we are looking for this type of people who can work on the DevOps and Terraform.
Okay, so I pasted the URL. You can go through it and try to be familiar with this website. This
Virat,
will
do
be
we need to log in this, sign in there at top
no,
right?
no. We don't need to sign in.
Okay.
We don't need to sign. If you sign in, you will be signing into Terraform Cloud. That's a totally different concept. Okay, that's a very high and very advanced level of Terraform, where we don't use state files. We use Terraform Cloud to store the states and all. Okay. Okay, sure. So I think we are good to drop.
Virat, Naveen has a question to share.
Yes, please. Yeah, sure. You can share your screen.
Sir, you're able to see?
Yes, I'm able to see your screen.
Yeah. So just 2 minutes. So I took the Terraform in the C drive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm trying to open the terminal.
Mm-hmm.
I said the
Have
environment.
you? Okay, you said environment.
New. Paste here. No. C colon slash Terraform. You can type here. Directly you can type here. Okay. Copy.
Click on new.
New.
Then
Paste.
paste.
Okay. Okay. Close the Terraform. I mean, close this terminal and start again one more time. Just type the command here.
Terraform -v.
V. Terraform space -v. Perfect. Working.
Yeah.
You already have downloaded the Azure CLI?
Yes, sir. I did it.
Okay, perfect. Anyone else is facing the issue, then please let us know, guys.
Yeah. So here I installed HashiCorp Terraform and Microsoft Terraform. That's all right.
Yeah, that's all. That's all will be enough.
So as of now, this was open for everyone. Going from next Saturday, we'll continue with the registered members only. So still, in case anyone who is planning to enroll, window is open. You can complete the formality and start the classes from next Saturday. Okay, Virat, I think there's no more question from anyone, so we can conclude this session here.
Yes, and from next time, let's create it. Let's make the session more interactive, guys. Okay, I need your help.
So, in fact, very soon we are going to start the assessment also. So almost in every session, we are planning to start the assessment. We are working on it, soon it will be ready. Once it will be ready, we'll start the assessment also. Either in the live session, if not possible in the live session, then what we will do, we'll publish the assessment post the session.
Yeah, that will be really helpful.
Yeah.
Aradhya, like, do we get the recording of this?
Yes, you'll get
Revise
the
it once
live
again?
session plus recording, both will be available here.
Okay.
That is already uploaded in the classroom, right?
Yes. Google Classroom already have created, already have added the registered members in the group. So all the registered member will get the recording access for the next few days. Plus lots of additional material we are working on it. Once it will be ready, we will upload in the same Google Classroom. So if anyone who haven't shared the Gmail ID for the Google Classroom, you can ping me offline. I'll add you in the Google Classroom. Okay, no question. Then we can conclude here, guys. Bye, everyone.
Sure. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. You have a nice weekend. Bye bye.
Okay.